All right. So, Grixis, Amass control. Couple of things to note here around the edges. First, someone noted there are no Amass the Dreadhorde invasion, which I could take or leave. On one side, slowly killing yourself in your control deck can be a bad thing. A card like that can be like turning on lots of removal spells. But on the flip side, we have a lot of these other Amass effects. So like with some consistency, we can gain life from it. So that might be something that we're interested in getting back into this deck. Second is that I am not playing any of Angrath's Rampage. Wub, thank you for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think Angrath's Rampage, and for those not familiar, this 2-mana, target player sacrifice an artifact, creature, or planeswalker. I think this card just ends up being worse than Bedevil a lot of the time. I think I'd rather have the finesse from controlled targeted removal. Zombie coming in hot with that brand new tier 1 sub. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. Welcome, welcome. And I much prefer both Tyrant, Scorn, and Bedeck in the 2-mana removal slot there. So we have these Daniel Planeswalkers, and we have these are instant speed 2-mana removal. Skryak with the brand new Prime support. The sideboard is here. Pretty typical stuff. As always, the deck list is contained in the overlay on your screen. You know what? Also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list for easy importing. Do you think having so many cards with colored costs that Kefnet can't discount is a mistake, or does that not matter as much? I don't think that really matters. The cost reduction from Kefnet isn't so much the important part, so much as him just generating card advantage by giving you a virtual copy of a good spell. Sign me up. Hand needs some more lands in it, but we are on the draw, and we've got a Thought Erasure to scry into some. Surveil into some, sorry. Alright, immediately out of the frying pan and into the fryer. Hopefully, widespread brutality into Enter the God-Eternal to hopefully keep us alive here. Well, good to have you here, Zombie. Hope your studies are going well. Yikes. Alright, I mean... So I guess we cross our fingers and hope they don't hit the land. Alright. Get one turn of breathing room. Kinda. Alright, so we want to hit a land so we can kill this, ideally. How many lands are in this deck? How many lands are in this deck? Better be 26. Better be 26. It is 26. Alright, yep. Sounds about right. Yikes! Hot tomato. Alright. I think we're dead. We're dead. Got it. We're taking 5 that turn at a minimum. Probably more. Cast down, get in my deck. Would you be willing to do a Nissa / Little Tef build around? Yeah, Planeswalkers? Almost certainly. Cry is not very good here. I think we might have enough clunky, awkward cards here that I want to bring in Duress in this matchup. And then I think if I have Duress, I'd rather have Negate than most of these Thought Erasures. Yeah, Duress is like okay from an efficiency standpoint, I guess. This is probably too much top end too. It's like play cards that keep us from dying, hopefully. Booyah! Thanks for coming in for the 4th month in a row. Welcome back. Yeah, Wub. I've actually taken the time to update a bunch of the deck lists on my website. So if you head on over to magicesports.net and click standard decks at the top, you'll be able to find the Black Green Citadel up there, my current preferred deck list, and videos of us playing it. This is where the magic happens. I think I'm actually supposed to keep that. Because, like, I have a removal spell, I have a counter spell. This can help me gas back up from my mulligan. So here's the problem with Cry of the Carnarium. Cry of the Carnarium, you're often going to be in situations where the opponent only has a single creature in play, and their creatures either have haste or deal damage immediately. And what that means is by the time you cry, not only are you losing tempo because you're trading 3 mana for often less mana, but those creatures already did what they were meant to do. Alright, so we're dead. Got it. That could drag us kicking and screaming back into this game. Person that submitted said they added a Narset over this Legion War boss. I don't hate that. Been really high on Narset in general so far. Card's great. Three-color control decks and getting run over by Basic Mountain. Almost as iconic as Esper Control and Mistland drops, you know? Is boarding out Land War Elves in a Bant mid-range deck ever plausible? I would probably only board them out against Goblin Chain Ruler decks. Alright, here we go. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known, should have known, should have known again. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Alright, so we need widespread brutality here, ASAP. Alright, so I get to take that. Alright. That one can stay right there. I did almost mention that, Endo. I do think the lack of moments in the 75 is probably suspect. Would 4-mana Bolas be better than Kefnet since many spells don't have colorless mana? So, I don't think colorless mana versus not should be your deciding factor for, like, what you're doing, basically. I feel like the deciding factor should probably be... I'm going to keep that, actually. Should probably be, like... Is a creature worth playing? Like, is there a creature at all that's, like, worth turning on the removal spell for? The fact that it doesn't die to Lava Coil is nice, too. So I'm taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 5. I'm going to untap, play Nikki B, kill this. They'll kill this. And we'll go from there. I'm all alone. There's no one here beside me. Do 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 do. Yikes. Just getting run over. Getting run over. Think we'll ever hit number 1 in the ladder in a stream? No. Look, I'm happy if we hit Mythic each season. We play viewer submitted decks here almost exclusively. Like number 1's out of the. If you want to see someone trying to get number 1, there's a lot of very reasonable tryhard streams. This is not one of them. I'm impressed we oopsed our way into top 1,000 this past season, most likely. What's going on, Matthew? It was actually really good, dude. Like, your finale card was too cute, and I might have ended up cutting that by the end. But we won a lot of matches. Both Little Vivian and Big Nissa were super impressive. Yeah, we probably want to add a whole bunch of Moment of Cravings to this deck. Yeah, but you could argue, Swift, that the rate at which we tend to hit Mythic on average is still impressive just because I'm kind of playing with a handicap that a lot of other people aren't playing with. I'm also not super impressed with, like, I think overloading on sweepers is not the correct way to approach beating aggro decks in this format. Is, like, so many of the creatures in this format have good card quality and, like, do things once they get in a hit or two. So, like, a lot of the times you're putting yourself behind by waiting to try and get value from your sweeper. And when you're playing these sweepers out proactively, you're only getting 1-for-1s or 2-for-1s at best a lot of the time anyways. So a lot of times it just feels like I'm better off just playing more cheap spot removal, like Moment of Craving. Gleaming Overseer is actually not a bad suggestion. That is definitely a card I've been impressed with in other shells that we'd played. Let's kill this dead so they can't flip the landing next turn.
Jura, at your service. Prepare for battle! I tried my best.
Good lord. I think I'm just scorning this. Again, I'm just playing these proactively because I don't want to get, like, counterspelled here. Untapped land. Untapped land. Don't spell pierce me, bro. Stop it. Don't do it. Have a heart. You'll note that I milled myself there. 2 reasons for this. First is the one that you see here, which is Chemister's Insight flipped over. Second is that Search for Azcanta is wonderful. Helps it flip faster. The best Amass deck is Simic Nexus. Yeah, probably. Probably. Alright, on the scoreboard, I do think the idea of some Gleaming Overseers is a good idea. Like, honestly, I could see all of these cries being Gleaming Overseers, potentially. I think there's also a good chance we have too much top end in this deck. Like, commence the end game for Nicol, Bolas, Ugin. Like, that's a lot of beef at the top end. We probably need to invest more time not dying on the bottom. Dreadhorde Invasion does not help you gain life in the aggro matchups. Dreadhorde Invasion can help you gain life in, like, the mid-range matchups or the control matchups, potentially. But your card that needs to get to... If you're getting a 6/6, you probably... It's cost you enough life that you're likely dead before then. Or if you aren't dead, you're staying alive because of reasons that aren't the Dreadhorde Invasion. Playing Grixis with the Bolas avatar is kind of like wearing the shirt of the band you're going to see. It's an apt comparison. I dig it. I'm also not 100% convinced that this card is worth playing.
Every opportunity, I will lend you my strength.
There's a blue-white humans list in my stream deck. Or there is not. That's not a deck that we've played on stream. And I haven't had time to work on it off stream. What about the Angrath that Amass is? What about him? Why is that a card that I'm interested in playing?
I believe in you.
Alright, need to draw a sweeper. That's not a sweeper. So we're dead. Yeah, I agree, Archimedes. Alright, I think Gleaming needs to get his butt in here. I think I'm gonna cut these, commence the end games at the top end. This is a lot of beef. This is beef. This is like pseudo beef. There's no sweeper that costs only 1 colored mana, Tom. So that would not work. That is not an out. This seems reasonable. Maybe another Bedeck. And we could just play Moment of Cravings. I probably want some moments in the 75. They only had 5 mana. And like, you look at this sideboard. Let's again go through sideboarding with this deck. So I'm gonna clone it, and let's talk about how to approach building the sideboard. So like, this sideboard has submitted. Let's say I'm playing against a control deck. I have these many cards to bring in against control. Right now, the way this sideboard is constructed. So I have I have 12 cards in my sideboard right now I want to bring in against control. What do I want to cut against control? God Eternals is bad. Widespread Brutality is bad. Moment's bad. Scorn is bad. So you can see here, when I'm looking at my sideboard, and I think about, like, what I want to cut and what I want to bring in against control, like, I probably have too many cards in my sideboard for the control matchup. No, Bedeck is very, very good against control. It's one of the reasons I like playing it. Post board, Bedeck kills, what's it called? Bedeck kills, Thief of Sanity and Hostage Taker. And Bedazzle kills Flip Search for Azcanta and finishes off Planeswalkers. Cokesman, thank you for the Twitch Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, maybe you could argue we could cut some Gleaming Overseers. But I kind of feel like Gleaming Overseer is the type of card post-board that, like, is okay. And I'm kind of feeling like I want more anti-aggro cards in my sideboard. So I kind of feel like, at most, I want to cut a minimum of 2 cards that I'm bringing in against control, because I want to get like 2 more moments in my 75, because we're getting run over by the aggressive decks right now. And I definitely feel like we have too much for the other direction. Yeah, I think Bedeck Bedazzle, this is a great split card. So what do I not want for the control matchup? I could trade a Duress and like a Thief of Sanity. I kind of like the Thief Narset split. Let's give that a try. Like, we've lost both the matches we started with against red aggro and white aggro, and they weren't particularly close. Definitely just felt like we did not have the tools to be competitive. So hopefully the combination of Moment of Craving as well as the 1/4s will help us change that. This seems fine. All right, look at that. We're gonna get another shot. Is Fountain of Renewal you card you still think is constructed playable? If your colors don't have any other good tools for aggro, sure. But we have Moment of Craving. Like, Fountain of Renewal is like the type of cards you play on like your blue-red deck that can't gain life otherwise. So I think I actually take a history. No, I think we're actually okay here. I have double Widespread Brutality, and I have Bedevil. Calm down, kids. I have a Gleaming Overseer. Oh, I don't have red. Oh, this card takes double red. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why does this card take double red? That's terrible for us. How many red sources are in this deck? Good golly, these mana bases. The old double red sweeper, triple black Nicol Bolas. This is a no justice stream. We're gonna be fine. Alright, someone clip that for me. Someone clip that for me. Thanks. I appreciate you. Never not a no justice stream, chat. Are you guys in Conclave Tribunal? Deal. No blocks. It is on my website, HCSR. Click Videos Favorite or Videos Standard. Not every deck we play gets its own dedicated page, but every deck we play goes on those video pages. Yep, no problem. And if you click through to the YouTube page, you can always find the deck list in the video descriptions. Alright, looking for a Nicol, Bolas, or an Ugin. Kefnet, that'll do big. Hi, Felicia. Worth noting, if this was a 4-mana Nicol Bolas, we'd have been able to flip him over here and probably guaranteed win the game. Oh. 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 All right. I take it back. You can stay, Kefnet. I take it back. You can hang out. It's cool. We cool. Yum, 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 yum. That's delicious. All right, what are we doing? Need to cut 5 cards here. It's probably some number of planeswalkers at my top end, right? It's at least one Nick. I think I like the Ugin Nick split. Am I supposed to cut Kefnet in this matchup? Like, they're probably leaving removal in for him, right? Yeah, I think they're gonna leave removal in for him. So one of the problems is, like, I don't want to cut too much card advantage. I guess Search is technically still card advantage, because, like, the problem is, if you cut too much of your card advantage against aggro, their deck has less lands in it than ours does, which means eventually we're going to flood out, and we don't have anything to pull us through with 2-for-1s. So I think I'm going to leave 2 of these in and trim one of these. This leaves me 7 pieces of card advantage, 9 pieces of card advantage, probably good. Worst neighbor NA, so Kefnet can chill, but Prob's out nonetheless. Thanks for the 8 months. Doesn't Kefnet go back in the deck when they're Conclave Tribunal? He does, but you're still getting 1-for-1 there and losing tempo. You're still losing a significant amount of tempo when that happens. Can I keep this with a cast down? I can probably do better, right? I think I can do better. All right, sure. I don't know if that's much better, but it's definitely better. Hey, Storm Thief, thanks for the 9 months. Welcome back. Appreciate you keeping me around. They left in Law Rune Enforcer. Definitely glad I cut Kefnet. Super psyched we got him out of here. Got excited for a second. Thought they didn't have another 1-drop. How do I ever beat this card? That's a good start. Keep them from flipping. Alright, all things considered, being on the draw, we're in an okay spot with that 2-mana removal spell. That's true. Bedazzle does kill Legion's Binding. That is very, very true. Just doing our best to keep them from flipping this thing, keeping their power on board low. Got an Elefante here. Yikes. That is not quite good enough, huh? It only kills this. Proxytron, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back. Is it worth cashing in the brutality to kill their thing and keep them from flipping? I think it is, actually. It also, like, uses my mana for the turn, which is nice. It opens it up, so if I draw a second Widespread Brutality, I clear their board next turn. That's a big thing to open up too. What on God's green earth is in their hand? I think I'm going to 3 here. I feel like they must have, like, Disdainful Stroke, huh? Like, what else? Why else would they pass? If they just want to, like, play around another sweeper, they think they have enough pressure. Well, like, the search just resolved, right? So, like, they're not on Pierce or Negate. I think I'm gonna be greedy and go to 3 here, try and hit the Brutality. Leaving this back is also good against is also good against I die if this gets counterspelled. I think that puts me to just dead, right? 0 outs in the deck. No, I have the deal for make a dork. And obviously, like, if they have a counterspell, we're on the 0 outer, but can't beat things, don't play around things you can't beat. So play to your out. They could be holding up an Unbreakable formation. That's not a bad read. That could definitely be something that was going on there. I'm also not convinced the way this scales up. I'm not 100% convinced there that this isn't better than a fourth Widespread Brutality. Really, you don't like Azcanta this matchup? I guess it takes a while to flip, and we probably don't want to play it on 2 anyways. I don't know, on the play, I probably don't mind playing Azcanta on 2. This hand is lit, fam. This hand's about to yeet the crap out of them. Say hello to my little friend, the 1/4. What's my deck of the day so far? Just Kai Hero. It might be the big mana deck, actually. I don't know. I gotta go back and look. I think the blue-green deck is probably it at the moment. I just do this. Can I just do this? Nah, I'm gonna kill this and pass. There's a reason your Esper Friends deck has 3 Azcanta in the main. Yeah, Azcanta's great. Oh, the Super Friends deck. No, that's it. I might tag 2 because we're going to do a really long stream today, but the Super Friends deck is definitely... You're right, Zach. That's why I always go back and look at the list when I pick the deck of the day. Destroying it like this did give them a window to stick the elephant here. Does let them do this. If they want to attack, I can trade the 3/3 for their 4/4. How do I like today's build of Super Friends versus the Esper build? I did really like the Saheeli Karn interaction, but I'm not sure if that's worth... changing things up overall, if that makes sense. Double Moment the Elephant. Maybe. So we definitely are looking for Nicol Bolas's, Ugin's, Chemister's insights. We're looking for or pieces of card advantage that can let us really pull ahead. What I talked about happening in the post-board games here is currently happening, which is we've 1-for-1 their opponent a bunch, even 2-for-1 them, but they're missing land drops, and their deck just has so many spells in it that we're actually behind a little bit right now. I'm going to hold on to this for now. No, that's a lie. I'm going to get the 7th land into play. I think blowing up the land's too greedy. I don't have enough resources to do that. Their deck doesn't play a lot of lands, but they're pretty likely to draw third. I don't know a lot, but I'm confident that stone raining them is wrong. Although if they negate this, it would feel pretty bad. I guess we're pretty far from flipping this here still too. Need more mobilized district, right? This gives us a bit of a leg up here because it means it's going to be a little bit harder for us to flood. I'm going to keep Thought Erasure because it gets to Surveil again next turn. Let's get us a lot of dig here. Oh, did they have the veto and let Azcanta resolve? I wonder if they had the veto and let Azcanta resolve. I'd also like to just pour one out for Gleaming Overseer here. Just like in the world of Jackal Pups, the 1/4 is certainly a king. Like, just very, very good holding on the fort for us. Huh? I'm gonna kill both their things and then flip the Azcanta. This puts cards 5-6 in my bin. So, if there's anything other than, like, a Planeswalker on top of my deck, I'm gonna flip this. I'm very confident destroying their blue source is wrong. I get that it feels good, but I want to just keep their board clean. Sure. Sure. Good luck destroying their blue source now, right?
Do not defy the designs of an elder.
The Winding, Audicia, thank you for the 4-month resub, I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I don't know what Tamiyo's Epiphany does. I also don't think playing bad cards to maximize cards with Kefnet is generally a good idea. Like Chemister's Insight, nah, I don't think that's good enough. I think I'd rather have instant speed and be able to jumpstart. All right, Gleamy boy, let's do it. In. Suddenly, a control mirror. All right, so we have 1.5 cards in our hand right now. Now we have half a card in our hand. I have yet to find a build of Grixis that I really have taken with. Automatic. It is a foil Bolas. They added that in the patch today. What are the odds this Gleaming Overseer runs the table? Non-zero? Actually, I can enter the God-Eternal's my own token. So, next turn, if we draw a brick, I'm going to go land, make this a 5/5. So the way this works is, cards don't die mid-spell resolution. So, this is going to take 4 damage, but then become a 5/5 by the time it dies. Like so. I milled myself there, not only for future Azcantas I could draw, but also because I have Chemister's Insights. Again, another reason why Chemister's Insight is worth playing over something that's more cute. What are the odds they have an absorb here? Like 400%? I think I just want to pass. Is it crazy to pass? I think I want to pass and just insight ditch this God Eternals. I mean, maybe we could just see like end step removal here. It's kinda reach. Kinda. Sure. All right, what do you got? Do you have a veto or no? Can we, like, pour one out for these Gleaming Overseers? They've been great. What are my thoughts on the Gates deck with War? I think that deck's hardest matchup was Mono Blue, and that deck seems to have fallen off the face of the planet. So the Gates deck's probably pretty reasonable. I think I would want to try Ugin in the Gates deck. There is a build around submission in the queue to update the Gates deck that I will get to at some point. Jace could be a fun upgrade for Gates too, because that deck kind of threatened to deck itself on occasion anyways. I wouldn't put a lot of stock into MTGO 5-0 deck lists before Arena existed, and now that Arena exists, putting weight into standard deck lists coming out of MTGO, I think is very silly.
I won't hide from the world any longer.
They know about this Ugin. Wow, that's an aggressive veto.
No
All right, I mean, they're just like counting on us to continue breaking off, I guess. It's like not quite a break, but it's close. Where do you look for standard decks except my homepage? Lots of places. Not really. MTGO and paper tournaments are like the places you can look. So there will be StarCityGames.com runs the largest independent tournament series for Magic the Gathering. And they'll have a tournament this weekend that's standard. Great, that's good. All right. This is at 5, so we need them to brick twice here because they're going to draw, and I assume they're going to draw with this now. Unless, if this isn't a way to stop this, they're going to draw here. At least they should. Why wouldn't they draw with it?
I am ancient and wise. Heed my
Is it crazy to just plus here? I think I just want a plus here.
The fabric of the multiverse obeys me.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
They repressed his contempt. That's so brutal.
This is not my first ending.
I left this here so they can bounce this, draw a card, and then like have discard or a counter spell. Pretty punished for my line here. I don't know. I think I liked it still, but definitely got very punished for it. Give a Mortifier a Teferi. I'm gonna wait on this, actually. So, in a game like this, players are likely holding dead cards in their hand. So, what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna hold on to this until we get to a point where my opponent... Oh, that's not great.
If I were you, I'd just surrender right now. Smelly, but effective.
This does not let them draw a card, right? Because it bouncing, it goes back to their hand. It doesn't count as dying, I believe. Okay, we did it. And now I'm going to Thought Erasure and clear the way. Yep. Do I Bedevil or do I Nicol, Bolas? If I Bedevil, I can Azcanta, so I'm going to do that.
Fine, I'll leave.
Nah, I think I'm supposed to Bedevil because I can Azcanta. That also lets this ultimate sooner. Yeah, I'm like, this works out really cleanly, right? Because now I get to do this, and I get to Azcanta again next turn.
Will be your end.
Sure.
My revenge.
2700 Twitch viewers can't be wrong. Listen. Ooh, candy.
Conceivable. Let your weak minds crumble.
The person who submitted this was asking if I would recommend to play this at the Mythic Championship qualifier. I think I would be surprised if this deck's not favored against Esper. So I think like a match like this, we're probably a little bit ahead in. However, I would be worried about how this archetype lines up against Wilderness Reclamation. Would be my concern.
I am one again. I have other schemes to attend to. Witness a mote of
Having only Ugin as a way to kill enchantments would worry me. How'd the Jeskai hero deck do? It was okay. The Saheeli part of the deck was better than the hero part of the deck. Cast down. You know, actually, on the draw, I'm gonna leave in these Scorns just so I have 4 ways to kill their Thief of Sanities. This seems reasonable. This in a pinch can also bounce my Thief of Sanity in response to their removal spell, which is sweet. Has a little bit of flexibility there. I think Dreadhorde Invasion is something this type archetype isn't interested in. I don't know, Pizza. That's figuring out the correct details for a control deck is a lot of work. A lot more than like the 90 minutes or 2 hours we're gonna play this deck here. I want to do Bolas, Citadel. Am I crazy? Nah, I don't think so. I think the Bolas Citadel deck's pretty reasonable. I think it's incredibly sweet, too. In power level, it's reasonable, and in sweetness level, it's off the charts. I forgot to post the Grixis deck in Discord. Whoops, we'll do that after. How are we doing this evening, by the way, everyone? Thanks for dropping in to 2,700 people. Probably gonna run long tonight because y'all are awesome. Thanks for being here. Is there a black-white? Did I say black-white? I meant black-green. Black-green is what I meant. If my mouth said something else, my mouth was lying. How's Widespread Brutality been? Really sweet. I like that it's a sweeper that leaves a dork behind, so it's not just completely dead in a matchup like this. Ooh, see, for those of you taking notes at home for how to play the control mirror, cleverly leaving your good card on top of your deck, step one. Definitely step one. Infinity, thank you for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, they're filling up my graveyard. Getting Azcanta to flip when you play it early against Esper is a little bit of a challenge because they do have copies of Mortify in order to remove it from the board. Let's get our tap plans down. Great, whole lot of nothing so far. I would love a counterspell. Thank you for asking. Also in for that. Would not be surprised to see this eat and absorb. Definitely worth jamming here, though. It's okay, Moldylocks. I'll be here in 9 months, I promise. I think I've hit enough lands that I can bin them at this point. Definitely just want to fill my yard up for this. You cannot cheat the month system. Yep, that is 5 in the yard. If I wanted to get really aggressive, I could bedazzle them and flip this, but I think if they mortify, it's just like... Well, that's aggressive. Hey, Industrious Revolution, thanks for the 3 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think flipping Azcanta is more important than getting that. Oh. Whiskey Dingo. Thank you for the 16 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, that's a little bit rude. Alright, let's check for a counterspell here. Alright, Nikki.
Will remake the multiverse in my... I have other plans. I outsmarted you eons ago.
A big toe. Get chicken in for the 2nd month in a row. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Immediately punished for discarding that. Although that's a protection spell for Thief, so let's do it. So what are they getting back next turn? They're getting back Liliana. They can get back my Kefnet, I suppose. Doesn't seem very good, though. Gain Lan, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month. Sure.
Necromancer has a nice ring to it.
Each player sacrifices 2 creatures. I guess that's fair.
Let's reduce the battle to shambles.
Another time, Planeswalk. My schemes are never ending.
Just want to make sure my Bedevil resolves here.
How disappointing.
Because the Wanderer does not have a Planeswalker type, does that mean you can have multiple copies of her at the same time? I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what the rules text is offhand. What if we didn't?
You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Please let me ult the Nick. Please let me ult the Nick. Please let me ult the Nick. God bless you, opponent. Everyone else has conceded. Alrighty, God bless. Get a little pulse there. Alright. Alright, look at that. Bolas Avatar, Bolas Ultimate. All about it. How we doing, folks? Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week during set release weeks like this. If you're someone who enjoys constructed Magic, especially standard best of 3, this is definitely the channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here, and usually I change decks every 60 minutes to 2 hours, so you get a lot of variety here. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to my wonderful subs there, like Q Jenks, checking in for the 6th month in a row. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support, so thanks to all of my subs for keeping me employed. I'd also like to take a quick second to plug a couple of my sponsors here really quick. Oh my god, it's Alien. Thanks for coming in hot with that brand new Twitch Prime. And Tom Hanks for the 4th month in a row. CoolStuffInc.com, buying and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles using promo code Jeff5. You can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mouse pads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of artwork that they have on their website. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards straight to their players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. Kippo TV, welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. And of course, I'd like to welcome everyone out to the Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now, and I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your Thursday here with us. Remember, if you are new to the channel and enjoying the content, you enjoy the variety of decks or the way I break down my plays, be sure to hit that follow button. Following the stream doesn't cost you anything, and it lets you know when I go live and with what. Whew. Let's head back on into another match or two with Grixis control before we move on to the next one, shall we? Sure. Double Azcanta's like not amazing, but I've got some spot removal here. Azcanta's good against a control deck. These are good against an aggro deck. We need some lands, but Azcanta's gonna help us filter our draws to hopefully get to some more of those. We are number 1. Well, thanks for helping make us number 1, Matty Jacks. Has this felt like the best Grixis list so far? I think so. I think the last round after the Gleaming Overseers and the Moments, it's the one I've liked best so far. What card did I give you before when I killed the Ugin token? I forgot to kill Ugin before the token. If you kill Ugin before the token, Nova, I still draw the card that's underneath it. So the drawing the card that's under the Ugin face down card is a delayed trigger that's in no way related to Ugin being on the board. All right, I'm going to play the match out against Wilderness Reclamation because I think this is the match that is going to be difficult for us. Let's see how it feels. Not being able to take enchantments out, do that Lack of Mortify is a big deal, I think. That's not a land, but it's a good card here, so we're going to keep it. I think that's one of the only non-land cards we keep there. Furry Pandemonium, thanks for the 2 months. Welcome back. This is the best way to answer Wilderness Reclamation. In for Blood Crypt on top. If the token gets magicked, do you still get the card exiled? Yeah, yes you do. It's a leaves play delayed trigger. It's been fun. Looking forward to the Simic Climb deck. You're definitely going to want to go back and check the other Simic deck we played today too. We played a non-Climb Simic deck that was actually very good as well. Yeah, Bedazzle is useful here, and that's one of the reasons why I really like this card in the format. Is it's a 2-mana piece of instant speed removal for a lot of things, but it's also not just a dead draw against things like Reclamation and Control decks because of the Bedazzle side. Do we play the second Search to fill our graveyard? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. That doesn't seem terrible. Looking for a blue source. So we can jam this. Oh, Grixis mana, never change. How long am I going to stay on for? I don't know, at least another 2 hours or so, maybe longer. As long as it takes. We've got 3 more decks listed in the title. I'm going to do at least 2 of them, I think. Yeah, I played out the second Azcanta basically just to discard an Azcanta so I could try and flip this sooner. No, you can just cast it right into the bin. We might not get another turn, though. One from Plat 4 to Diamond 4 with blue-black splash red for Bolas. Yeah, I think having cleaner mana is definitely something to explore too. As opposed to like this deck's like all in on Grixis, right? Like it's trying to play a red Widespread Brutality card. For people that have never played against my opponent's deck, what's going to occur next turn is they're going to start taking all of the turns. They are going to start casting the card Nexus of Fate, which will then get cycled back into their deck. Because that's what that card does for some reason. You're all super lucky. Maybe they play best of one, right? Like Wizards had the decency to ban the Rancid combo in the best of one format. I am genuinely curious to see if they use standard best of 3 with sideboards, this traditional constructed format, for the next arena tournament. I would be very surprised if they leave Reclamation legal. Hey, Methanox, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good Thursday. I mean, I think they're aware of what it looks like it makes the game look like for the format, Marty. But I also think that they're not going to get rid of it unless it's going to be put on display how bad and tedious it is. And the arena tournament would definitely do that. Probably get rid of Wilderness Reclamation. Yeah, it's not about the round clock though, Greg. It's about the type of magic that is going to put on display at their largest stage. All right. If any of our hands can win this matchup, it's probably this one. If any of our hands can win this game, it's probably this one. Erasure into Narset, into a little bit of pressure. Yeah, the new Tamiyo is a huge power level upgrade in the opponent's deck. See, like here, it's like, I can't take this, because if I take this, they'll just play Tamiyo and then pick it back up. Do you think if they ban Nexus instead of Reclamation, it creates more interactive matchup? No. The reason why the Nexus decks, as they're built, are so hard to interact with isn't strictly related to Nexus of Fate so much as there's no creatures that you have to interact with. There's all enchantments and the stack. And those two places are a difficult place to interact with in Magic on average.
I have practiced against
Thanks for the 14-month Scooter. Welcome back. Yep. And again, like, pure power level perspective aside, decks like the Wilderness Reclamation decks tend to get banned from competitive play, not even because of power level, but because of the types of gameplay that they generate at tournaments. They're long and tedious. So, Unmoored Ego is a good card against bad Wilderness Reclamation players. So, game 1, Unmoored Ego is good against these Nexus of Fate decks. However, in the post-board games, in 3, good Reclamation players will always diversify their threats to the point where Unmoored Ego becomes mediocre or even actively bad, because you're spending a card to not actually stop them from winning the game. Oh my god. Alright, I punted. Yikes. JK, I was baiting the counterspell. JK, I was baiting the counterspell. It's all part of my master plan. I'm throwing him off the Nicol Bolas scent. Did you find a negate or a thing? Magic cards always shuffles back into their owner's decks. You cannot... Non-silver bordered cards don't shuffle your opponent's cards into your deck. Chemister's Insight, sure. They unfortunately have... Oh, he can Impulse. Oh, that's good to note. Remember for later. That's good to remember for later.
I will return one day. Let your weak minds crumble.
If they find Wilderness Reclamation here, we might lose the game. What's my favorite standard deck currently? I don't know. I've been having fun with a lot of them. I think I'm supposed to dig for disruption here.
You're all so generous.
Alright, sweet. Do you have an Ugin in the sideboard for this matchup, or is he still too slow? We have 2 Ugins in our main deck. As always, you can find the deck list that we are playing on your screen via the widget. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. And now maybe, just maybe, we can win this on the back of some counterspells and the Thief of Sanity. What do you think is the best uncommon War Walker? It's a toss-up between Narset and Saheeli. They're both very good. Worth noting, Narset made their Chemister's Insight worse there, which is nice. Alright, so I have 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 8 mana total. Man, do I take Bedeck and destroy their Azcanta? Is that crazy? Because I can destroy that plus keep Negate up? That might actually get us into a winning position, huh? I still get to keep the Negate up here. And then I get to deploy Thief plus Search next turn. And like, again, the problem here is this game's kind of a classic example of like, you can't have Disruption and not a clock against these combo decks and come out ahead. Like, the fact that I just don't have a way to kill my opponent while I'm disrupting them here means that they're still very much in this game of Magic. So like, because I'm not actually applying pressure to their health total, we're just kind of like spinning what we have going on here. They did put Blast Zone up to 3. That was an excellent draw. I think they're probably going to crank it to... Oh, they can't crank it to 5 this turn. That's good for me.
Wipe your bloodline. I outsmarted you eons ago.
Yeah, that's worth noting too. Their land is also a very real resource here. This might induce them to blow it up, but that's fine. Like, keeping my Nicol Bolas at this point is really important, I think. And like, I have Azcanta going now too. This doesn't actually do anything, right? It just lets them draw cards, so that's fine. I'm saving this Negate for a Wilderness Reclamation. That's fine, because I can just kill it. Is this Legacy? What's going on, Scorch? New Narset's really good in Standard, too. She's probably great in Legacy also, though. Negate is scary. Whoa! Oh, wait, what? Oh, I didn't have double black up. Was like, why can't I tapped my lands wrong and didn't leave double black up. I didn't leave one of each duel. This is enough to flip, right? Yeah, I'm going to keep that there. I'm going to keep that there. I should Bedevil this first. I could downtick this. I kind of don't hate that, since I have the next one.
Everything is power, and I am everything.
This covers their next Azcanta, which is sweet.
Mighty warrior, I concede.
So I think I'm just, so if I play this, I still have Negate up. So that's definitely what I want to do. It means I can't activate Azcanta this turn, but I like already have a counter spell, so I think I'm okay with that. Maybe I'm supposed to activate Azcanta to dig for another Duress. Because, like, they have this negate here, so, like, this could go sideways for me with them having a negate here still. This is kind of giving them a window to, like, do stuff. If a lot goes right here for them, we could still lose from here. Correct, Sans Seraph. More text. Thank you for the 8 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. All right, it's looking like we're going to get to untap here. Sure. We're going to need to use Negate to fight through to get our Nick back down, though. It's a good draw. That means I get to fight over this. Have a good one, Bell.
In exchange for eternal servitude.
Great. Slow and steady.
My schemes have been foiled. My intellect is without limit.
I think I'm at a point where I can't... If they leave up mana for Nexus of Fate, I probably don't want to activate Azcanta here. Although I guess it doesn't really accomplish it. It lets them attack Nick an extra time.
Mere scratches. But a drop of power.
So they only have 6 here. So that means I can go ahead and activate this and not worry about getting Nexus. What a weird concession point. Think I'm happy with how I'm sideboarded. Maybe I want this extra Bedevil back in because they have Narsets of their own. Nah, probably not. I've got Gleaming Overseers and Thieves that can pressure her. Therasis, thank you for the 4 months. Welcome back. Remember, that was the easy game. That was the one where we had a really good hand on the play. This is gonna be the tough one. More Narsets could be good. Swapping the Duresses for counter spells is probably good. I definitely think Negates and Disdainful Strokes are better than the discard in this matchup. What god do I think is the best? Probably the Pig God. I think the pig god also gets to be accompanied by Vivian's Arcbow a lot of the time, which makes him good. If this hand draws a shock land in the first 2 draw steps, it's absurd. And even if it doesn't, it's still kind of okay. Alright, one more draw to shock land. To do this on 2 into this. Alright, cooking with gas. Don't show me double reclamation. All right. Well, I mean, they don't have a land, I guess. They don't have a land, I guess. I guess. my 5th guaranteed land. I mean, like, that's not as good as them missing, but it's, like, close, I guess, right? So, like, if I take Wreck, they play Tamiyo, and then pick Wreck back up. I think I am, like, obligated to take Tamiyo, though, right? It's a day late and $1 short. Our hand was good. Theirs was better.
Before action.
That's true. We do still have Ugin. We want to draw a land next turn, so that way we can Duress plus Nicol Bolas. It needs to be a black land specifically, yeah. Alright. So you're saying there's a chance. Good golly. Alright. I mean, the rest of their hand isn't good. Aggro Bolas impersonator.
This was overwhelming.
I hope I get a turn.
Will resonate throughout the multiverse. I have other plans. My schemes are never ending.
So they get to crack Memorial here. They don't have a consistent source of card advantage, so good chance we get another turn here. Narset really showing how important she is. Blast Zone really showing how strong it is from the opponent's side. What does going off from here look like? They like cast. Alright, alright.
I have other schemes to attend to. You have no weakness I cannot exploit.
Looking for a Duress. Alright. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, Tamiyo.
I am Tamiyo. It is an honor to meet you.
Alright. We do still have a shot here. If this isn't a Nexus. If this is a Nexus, they can pick up a land. They pick Negate back up, okay. They have a bounce spell? Is that a blink of an eye? Good sake. That's so unreal. Well, now we're dead. Because Tamiyo digs 4 deep for Nexus of Fate every turn. Because this card is just absurd in their deck. Regalo, I'd ask that you please don't refer to Magic Deck Says. Cancer in my chat, please and thanks. Yeah, I don't think I have any outs here really, right? I was like thinking through what our options are. They have a Negate in their hand, people that are talking about Bedazzle killing Tamiyo. How do I negate their Negate? There's no Negate in my hand. I spent that last turn. I can only play 1 spell and it gets negated. This needs to be like counter spell, discard spell. Maybe they're really unlucky and miss. Oh, I can't play discard spells because Tamiyo says you can't be targeted by discard spells.
To the library.
I would not recommend playing Grixis. As long as this is a thing that can happen to you, I would not recommend playing Grixis. Yeah, sure. You can still target them with this card. They did miss on the plus. They might have just drawn it for the turn, though. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course they drew it for the turn. Yikes. Yikes. Yep. If you're not going to play against Wilderness Reclamation decks as your local game store, Grixis is probably fine. I don't think I would ever take this archetype to a tournament that I cared about. I knew I was going to have a lot of competitive decks in it. I think our hand was very good in that last game, and it just didn't matter. It's got incredibly dumpstered. As far as focusing on playing against non-reclamation decks, I don't know. I think this was probably the best Grixis list I've played. Widespread Brutality was impressive. The thing that really stood out to me in this list was that Widespread Brutality and Enter the God-Eternals are both cards that are good against aggro, but they're not completely dead draws against other control decks, which is really nice. Mapai, thanks for checking in with the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. And you could maybe add another Narset, I guess. People are talking about Legion War Boss, like maybe like we have Thief of Sanity and we didn't draw the Thief of Sanity, right? And then like if you're cutting cards that aren't Narset and aren't Thief for Legion War Boss, well, like, are you cutting the Duresses and the counter spells? Well, now you're not going to be able to disrupt them, and they're going to linear you faster. Are you cutting Cast Downs, Moment of Cravings, and Cry? Okay, well, now you're dead against aggro. You don't have enough sideboard cards for those matchups. Like, you could probably build a Grixis deck that's good against Reclamation, but the tools that you need to beat Reclamation in these colors are so specific that you're basically giving up most of the rest of the matchups you could be playing with the deck. Yeah, Blast Zone. And don't get me wrong, like, when I say I wouldn't want to play this deck against Reclamation, I am by no means, you take that to mean I'm telling you it's 100%, 0%, or it's even 90-10, and possibly not even 80-20. Maybe it's 70-30. Like, Magic's a game that has an incredible amount of variance in it, right? Like, it's a game where sometimes the opponent just doesn't play Magic, and occasionally you're going to go Thought Erasure into Thief of Sanity or Thought Erasure into Legion War Boss and run your opponent out of the game, and that's fine, right? Like, that's you're going to get some free wins like that on occasion. But you shouldn't expect those types of games to be your average draw, I don't think. Wraith Max, thanks for the 3-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around.